Doctor, you knew Dr. Tiller. Your thoughts upon hearing of his assassination?
Just what a horrific and terrible loss to to everyone, to the women of this country, to my family, to his family, to his grandchildren, to his patients, just to the world.
Why do you think this particular procedure is important? Because as you know, less than 10 doctors in the United States perform abortions in the third trimester.
I think that number is probably correct, yes. And I think that for the women that need abortion, Dr. Tiller believed and taught that abortion, it's not a cerebral matter, it's not a reproductive issue. Abortion is a matter of the heart, and if you don't understand a woman's heart, you don't understand anything at all about abortion. It doesn't make sense. I think you have to understand, for that woman that needs to choose abortion in the third trimester, for whatever her reasons are, the option has to be available. There's no time that abortion is not hundreds of times safer than delivery in normal routine delivery settings. Why should anyone be forced to go through, continue a pregnancy for even another day or another week or another 2 or 3 months if the pregnancy cannot survive?
You told our producer that your practice often turns people away who don't meet the criteria for an abortion after 24 weeks of pregnancy. What is that criteria, though? Why would you turn somebody away?
We turn people away at any gestation if we feel that they haven't thought the matter through completely, if they have not explored all their options, if there are other things they can do. We just offer them some time to think, some time, and I don't know that we force them out of the office, but by the time we're through talking, they agree that they need to go home to think farther, and many of them don't come back.
All the people you perform this third trimester abortion on have some medical reason, or whether it's health of the mother, the condition of the fetus. Is that correct?
I believe, yes, that everyone met our moral standard. I think abortion is a moral issue. I think it is a religiously viable issue that both God and whatever you believe in plays a role in the decision when you make an abortion. Many faiths agree with the principles that if, a woman carrying a pregnancy to term faces a chance of death in this country anywhere from 15 to 20 out of 100,000. That number is minuscule in abortion practice, even in the third trimester in this country. We come nowhere as close to that. I don't think that I can't conceive that you would suggest a woman go through that much of a greater risk to have a child that can't survive than you would to allow her to terminate the pregnancy.
And finally, I'm not going to ask you about your own personal security needs and requirements, but do you fear for your life?
I think everyone, well, first of all, in America, if Marine recruiters can't work in safety in the South, then everybody in America needs to fear for their life as long as our society tolerates terrorism.
Another abortion provider, Warren Hearn, has felt the danger for decades. He says he's gotten up every morning for the last 35 years expecting someone to shoot him dead. He runs the Boulder Abortion Clinic in Boulder, Colorado. He's not ashamed of the name. He does, however, take extreme precautions. There's bulletproof glass on the windows installed after a shooting. You pass through 4 separate doors on the way in through the front door. Dr. Hearn uses another entrance. This is not a normal medical practice or life to live. If you worry about being shot and expect to being shot any day at work, at home, or elsewhere, why do you continue to do what you do?
At one point, I decided that performing abortions was the most important thing I could do in medicine, and that I do it because it matters, and it matters for the health of the woman, for the health of her family, for health of our society, and now it matters for freedom. The assassination of Dr. Tiller was not the act of a lone deranged gunman acting alone. This is the result of 35 years of anti-abortion harassment and terrorism and hate speech and rhetoric and harsh names and exploitation of the abortion issue as a political issue to get power. And this is the inevitable result of this kind of hateful behavior by the anti-abortion movement.
You're painting with a very broad brush, though, the anti-abortion movement. There are many in the movement who today said they abhor what the suspect did.
That's hypocritical nonsense. These people got exactly what they wanted. They've been trying to get the doctors killed. They've celebrated the assassinations of the doctors. They make shrines of it. The assassins are national heroes in that group. And you heard one guy say that Dr. Tiller, he thought Dr. Tiller got what he deserved.
Why do you defend that procedure? Why do you perform that procedure?
The many women who come for late abortions, in fact, have desperate circumstances with a desired pregnancy. They want to have a baby, not an abortion, but the pregnancy is fatally or catastrophically complicated, and nobody is able to make that decision except the woman in consultation with her physician.
Do you see a lot of women electing not out of genetic problems with their fetus, but because of other reasons? They just decide late in the pregnancy they don't want to have a baby?
I think that what I see is an incredibly complicated situation. These are very difficult and painful decisions for the women, and they're under tremendous stress, and many times these pregnancies are threats to their lives. And people need to back off and understand that this is first of all, having safe abortions available is a major public health issue, and we have solved it in the 20th century. We're going backwards now, and this is a major medical problem for women.
Are you scared appearing on television?
Well, look, I'm speaking to you, and I appreciate your interest in this subject, because I feel that in a free society, that's what we have to do.